Okay, let's start, huh?
Yes.
Okay, last session we discussed about the interfaces and abstract classes and what is the problem, why interfaces not doesn't allow, classes won't allow, classes won't participate in, what is that concept? Multiple inheritances, right? In Java, multiple inheritance is not possible in case of classes. Okay, right? So what is the reason, Srikant? What is the reason in Java or Manjusha? Do you have any idea, Manjusha? Manjusha, are you there? Am I
Yes,
audible?
sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what
Yes,
is the
sir.
reason multiple inheritance is not possible in Java in case of classes?
No, sir.
Kalyan, you are there, right? Yesterday, on Friday, Saturday. What is the reason, Kalyan?
Sir, question మళ్ళీ చెప్పండి సార్.
Multiple inheritance is not possible in case of classes. We discussed about the inheritance, single inheritance, single multi-level inheritance, multiple
Multiple
inheritance,
multi level.
eh?
Yes,
And
sir.
one more is multi-hierarchy.
అది తెలియదు.
Okay, so we said that in Java actually it won't allow multiple inheritance. When you are trying to make one class with multiple classes, right? So it is not possible because you are facing some issue. That is the reason they won't allow multiple inheritances. What is the reason?
Because of there is a two methods,
Hmm.
there is a confusing which method to take.
Yes. Who's that guy?
Sandeep.
To prevent ambiguity.
Very good. Good job, Sandeep. Okay. See, this is M1 method. Let's assume you have in one M1, and here also you have M1 with implementation. Okay.
Screen, sir. Can you share
Oh,
screen?
you are not. Okay. 1 second. Okay. See, this is class 1, this is another class, and this is a child class. See. Okay. So now here also you have M1, here also you have M1, right? Two methods are same. In
Yes.
okay, this is one class and this is one class, and both classes you have same method. What is the method name? M1. Just assume
M1.
you have one method name is M1 with implementation. Okay, and classes, right? So I said class. I am making one child class from two classes, mother and father. Just take example, right? So from these two classes you are making one child, right? So both are having same function, m1 m1. Then it will get the confusion, right? Which method I, for example, I am trying to, I want m1, this guy also wants m1 function, but when you have two functions in two classes you have the same function, right? Then it will give the confusion. So that's why in Java they decided to avoid that confusion. They decided to should not implement multiple inheritance in Java. Okay, it is very important question. Why Java won't allow multiple inheritance concept, right? So that is the reason you are saying multiple inheritance is not possible. Okay, so what is the alternative? So only through interfaces we can achieve this one through. In case of class, if you have, just assume this is interface and this is interface and this is a class, where how it is possible in classes it is not possible. When you have two functions, you have some common functions here and there, then you will get the confusion which class I have to call. That is the reason we are avoiding. But in interfaces, how we can achieve interface also? In interfaces, what are the things you have? Can you tell me, Manjusha? What is interface,
Yes,
Manjusha?
sir.
What is interface? What is interface, Manjusha? See, in interface is nothing but, Kalyan, can you tell me what is the interface? Kalyan? Kalyan?
Sir,
What is interface?
to specify the class,
To specify the class.
behavior of class.
ఎక్కడ చదివా?
నెట్లో సార్.
ఎందుకు మనం నిన్న రోజు క్లాసులు చెప్పుకుంటున్నాంగా.
Interface is a template which is only method declaration.
ఎస్, సందీప్ మంచి ఫామ్లో
Unimplemented
ఉన్నావు.
method also.
అదే అన్ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ అన్నా మెథడ్ ఓన్లీ మెథడ్ డిక్లరేషన్ అన్నా సేమ్. ఓకే, ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్ ఇట్ విల్ హ్యావ్, ఇట్ వోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ బాడీ, ఓన్లీ ఫంక్షన్ డిక్లరేషన్స్ ఆర్ మెథడ్ డిక్లరేషన్స్ ఓన్లీ వుడ్ బి దేర్. Okay, so here this guy M1, he doesn't have any method body, right? This guy also doesn't have any body, right? So when you have inherited from these two, anyhow you are going to provide your own implementation. So body is not there here. In interfaces there is no method body. Body in the sense open bracket, close bracket, within open braces, close braces. Within these braces you are not going to write anything. Just method M1 open bracket, close bracket, ends with semicolon. How we are calling function calling, right? The same way. Declaration only there. There is no method body. That's why you just inherit M1, right? And you are going to provide your own implementation. And finally you are going to create the object for child class, right? So you are not going to create an object for interfaces. Okay, interfaces we cannot create any object. Okay, point number 1. Okay, enduku object create chesi what is the reason? By creating the object there is no use, right? It has only function declaration, there is no implementation. Then what is the use to create the object for interface? So point number 1, we cannot create any object. Object is not able to create. Okay, Java won't allow you. If you are trying to create an object for interface, it won't allow you. Okay, object creation is not possible for interfaces, because the main goal is nothing is there, only method body should be, method declarations only there, right? So here this guy who is the child class, any M1, he took M1 from here or here, but he is giving his own body, right? That's why multiple inheritance is possible in case of interfaces. Okay, clear? Multiple inheritance is possible in case of interfaces. Multiple inheritance is not possible from multiple classes. Class level, when we said class, multiple inheritance is not possible. If it is interface, multiple inheritance is possible. Okay. So what is interface? Everybody knows about what is interface? Navakant?
Method declaration.
Yeah. So method declarations. Interface is nothing but it have only unimplemented methods or abstract methods. Abstract are, if you say abstract, or if you say method of declaration, right, nothing but unimplemented methods or non-concrete method, both are same. Simply it is unimplemented method, there is no body. Example, see, this is one interface. Okay, so let's assume this is one interface. And what is the syntax for interface? Public interface,
Interface.
and
Class
every class name, before that name, interface name, you should have I. Okay,
Okay.
you can write, or without writing I also you can do, but just to make sure
Difference.
differentiate between class and interfaces, you can use I. Okay,
Okay.
the interface name predefined with I. Okay, and what you have, you won't have any method declaration, only method declaration, no body. See, do you have, are you seeing any body here? No, right? So it
No,
won't
sir.
be any body. And one more major point, see, in interfaces you have by default public. Okay, if you didn't
Hmm.
mention, in the sense, it won't allow access modifiers. Only one access modifier would be there. What is that? Public.
Public.
And if you say private, let's see, it won't allow,
No. No. Yes, sir.
because only one logic. Just remember, there is no body for that. Somebody has to give body, right?
Hmm.
For any method
Calling somebody.
in interfaces, there is no body for this particular interface, right? This is method there, but there is no body. That means somebody has to implement this interface, right? Inherit this interface and provide the implementation. So somebody has to access, in the sense, it must be private, public, right? So that is the reason behind that. In interfaces, it won't allow any access modifier except public. Okay, point number 2. Okay, and Navyakant, can you just let me know what is the use of this interface? So normally, normal in class also, directly you can make a car class, and directly you can create wheels, you can brake, you can create brakes, and you can create steering, and you can create a function speed, and you can provide implementations there, right? Manjusha, right? What is the use of this interface? Why we are creating like this? There is no use, right? There is no body. Anyhow, I am a child, I am making, I am creating the whole function in my child class. Then what is the necessity of interface having dummy functions? Any guess?
Implement.
Any guess?
Contracts.
Navyakant or Manjusha? Just think, is this logical or not? See, why you are using unnecessarily? Directly I can make car, any Toyota car or something. which car can have wheels, brakes and something, right? These functions directly you can implement. Just think about that, because they will ask you what is the reason behind why you need a, the same logic they will tell you. Okay, why you need interfaces? There is nothing is there, only dummy methods are there. They will ask you in interviews like this. So Navyakant, any guess? Manjusha? Manjusha, Navyakant? No one is speaking.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
But you, is this logical or not? See, here there is no method body and there is no reusability also. In case of inheritance, what you will say? It is reusability, right? Some
Yes.
method is implemented and that method you can call in child classes. But here, is there any reusability is there? No, because no method body is there. Yes or no? Is this logical or not?
Yes, sir.
You should have confusion or not, right? Definitely we will have confusion. There is nothing is there, and anyhow I am inheriting, I am implementing. Then what is the use of this guy, right? This has a lot of importance, guys. Maximum, if it is a good framework or good design, they should go through interfaces. Okay, interfaces has such important role in Java. Not only Java, in all object oriented programming languages. Okay, but here see, the reason is, for example, I am making ATM center. Okay, ICICI Bank ATM center, Axis Bank ATM center, SBI ATM center, these three ATM centers, just assume. Okay, all these have common functions, or they have different names. For example, I want to withdraw. Go and check any ATM points. Are they having withdraw function, or they are having any other name? Take money, give money, put money, these kind of things. Are they have such kind of things? Are everyone following the same standards? Navikant?
Same standard. Same standard.
Same standard. Go any ATM point, the same verbiage would be there, same method name would be there. Withdraw, deposit, change pin, right? Only these functions would be there. That means if you are making something common, right, that common thing you should have in interface. Okay, so I am making some specifications. Okay, interface is nothing but a contract between your interface and your child class. Okay, contract in the sense, for example, you are going for one job, it is a contract based job, right? Or if you are purchasing one house or something, there is some initially one agreement would be there, right? So what is that agreement? You should follow these things. You should pay 2 to 3 months of time. Within the 2 to 3 months you should pay, otherwise I will take the money, I am not going to give anything to you, such kind of things. Or for example, you got a contract job, let's assume, right? In contract you have some certain, you are agreed to follow some rules, right? If you break your contract, what will happen? He will give the penalty, right? If you want to try to break the contract, pay 6 months money, or like that, some rules would be there, right? So contract in the sense, whatever the things, whatever the specifications are there in your contract. Here in case of interfaces, what are the methods are there in your contract? The child class must implement all the things. Okay, the child class must implement all the functions. Okay, if you have 4 functions, if you are inheriting this iCar into one car class, what will happen? You should implement all the functions. You should not leave any one abstract function. You should not leave any abstract function. That is called contract between interface and child class or implemented class. Okay, so we are enforcing. If you are trying to ATM point, just take example of ATM point. In ATM point, every ATM center should have all these features. So we are agreeing. For example, I have a specification for what are the things I should have in ATM point. I have a specification. If every for example, ICICI Bank inherits this specification, they have to implement all those things or not. They should not break any one. Any single method they should not break. So especially when something is common across multiple classes, at the time we will go for interfaces. That is the main reason. Okay, clear? Yes or no? Is it clear? Any confusion here? Navakant? Kalyan? Why we require interfaces? Why? Because they will ask you what is the use of, what is the purpose of the interfaces. When I don't have anything in my interface, why I should implement that interface? Okay, the reason is something is common across all your classes. The common things you should declare in one interface and provide the implementation to those common things. So all classes will become, they can give their own implementation, but all the classes will have the same thing, same functions, but implementation is different. Navakant, any doubts here? Navakant? నవకాంత్ అర్థమైందా లేదా?
సార్ అర్థమైంది. కామన్ థింగ్స్ ఉంది ఉన్న ప్రతి క్లాసెస్ లో మనం ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అనేది యూస్ చేయాలి.
ఏదైనా ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వీఆర్ మేకింగ్ ఏ కార్, రైట్?
యా,
all cars, we have different kinds of cars, right? Toyota is car, Innova is a car,
yes,
but all the cars will have different features, but functionality is same. What is the purpose of the
Yes.
car? Driving.
yes,
And steering, every car will have the steering, but the steering power is different. Internally steering functionality is different. Okay, so in such cases we should go for interfaces. Okay, so
yes sir.
interfaces, what are the things? Interface is a contract, is a contract. Interface enforce you to have okay, is a contract between class
And implemented class.
and interface.
Hmm.
Interface, okay, in your interface. Okay, that is the first thing. Okay, that is the main reason. It is enforcing you to follow whatever the specifications I have given in my interface. You have to implement all, you have to follow all specifications, and you have to provide the implementations for my specifications. Specification is nothing but unimplemented methods. What is the next point? Interface only unimplemented.
Sir, it is recorded, sir, this video.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Only unimplemented methods. Okay, what is the next one? See here, what do you have? Only public access modifier. Okay, only public access modifier.
No need to create the object.
What is the fourth one?
Cannot create object.
Cannot create, not no need, we cannot create.
Yes. Hmm.
object or interface. Okay, got it? Now this is the interface, and yesterday I asked you to create one car class. How many members implemented that car class?
So, but I have tried, sir.
Who's that? Srikant, huh?
Srikanth, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
What
So
about
please,
Kalyan?
can you
Kalyan?
సార్ నిన్న రాలేదు సార్ తెలియదు.
రాలేదా? Okay. What about Pravallika? Pravallika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You created any interface?
Yes, sir.
Is it working?
Sure, sir.
Sand-
Just object.
Sandeep, what about you? Sandeep, did you created your car class?
Sir, no, sir.
Why?
My phone is not working. Wi-Fi.
Okay.
That's the
But to create this,
problem.
phone is not
Yes.
required, internet is not required, na?
Yes.
Then what is the problem? Just want a reason?
Oh no, not a reason. But today I'm go to that my city and to repair the phone.
Okay. Okay. So, okay.
Sir, sir, I
Kalyan,
have created, sir, but it
Ah.
is not running.
show me. Who's that guy?
Srikanth, sir.
Share that
Sir,
and
it is
show me.
correct or wrong? Okay, sir.
So people just observe how how we are going to implement the interfaces. Okay, let's see. He created one interface. Okay, can you go to your interface? Okay, see here.
Yes.
He created one interface. Okay, what he has: lights, stereo, and AC. Whatever the car he is going to implement, all the cars must follow this particular. Okay, what car you are creating, Mr. Srikant?
Shift, sir.
Shift. Okay, save. Okay, go to the shift. See. Okay, can you save this? Control S.
Sir.
Control S. So observe here. He implements car class. Okay, car is the interface. Okay, Srikant, just make I. Okay, because
Okay.
all
Sure.
classes you should have the
Yes, sir.
differentiation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if you won't give also, it won't be a problem, but giving I is a good practice.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now here if you see, he is creating shift. Okay, shift car. Okay, and he is implementing, see, he is implementing lights, he is implementing stereo, and he is implementing AC. If he try to break any, can remove, Srikant, can you remove lights? Lights function, total lights function, can you remove? Whole function, remove it. Cut. Okay, override got this. Override also, remove it. Okay, now if you observe, it is throwing an error, compile time error it is showing, right?
Sir.
Can you what is that? Can you go through that? Click on that. See here, observe clearly. Okay, first the type shift car must implement the inherited abstract method lights. Lights అనే దానికి for this particular class, for this particular method, you don't have the body here, right? What is our contract? In our contract, what are the things, what are the specifications I have? All the specifications you need to implement the implementation. You need to provide the implementations for all specifications. So he breaks the rule or not? Navikant,
Yes, sir.
is he breaks the rule or not now? He has in car class, he has 3 functions, but here he provided only 2 functions.
Two functions.
So it is clearly and it is throwing the error, compile time error it will throw, right? The type shift must implement the inherited abstract method for lights అని క్లియర్గా చెప్తుంది. ఓకే, దెన్ యాడ్ అన్ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ మెథడ్, క్లిక్ ఆన్ ద యాడ్ అన్ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ మెథడ్. See, automatically all three functions are there. Now the compile time error also left, gone, right? So this is the interface. Okay, okay. Now what is your question, Srikanth, here?
Sir, it is not running, sir.
It is not running. Where you have to run?
Sir,
Where is your main? See,
we create the object, sir.
here we Navakant or Kalyan, who what he did, what he break, one we discussed 4 points now. Out of 4 points he break 1 point. What is the error? Anybody? Navakant and Kalyan, I am expecting from you two.
Yes, sir. Object is not.
Wait, Srikanth.
ఆబ్జెక్ట్
Kalyan,
క్రియేట్ చేయలేము సార్
దేనికి?
ఇంటర్ఫేస్ లో
Interface.
కానీ మనవాడు దేనికి క్రియేట్ చేశాడు? ఇంటర్ఫేస్. ఇంటర్ఫేస్కి
Ah.
కార్ క్రియేట్ చేశాడు.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is my mistake.
అది ప్రాబ్లం. సో యూ షుడ్,
Okay, sir.
అందుకనే ముందు క్లారిటీ ఉండాలి. ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఏంటి? యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ ద క్లారిటీ వాట్ ఈజ్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ చైల్డ్ క్లాస్. ఆల్వేస్ యూ క్రియేట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఫర్ చైల్డ్ క్లాస్. ఓకే, అందుకనే ఇఫ్ యూ మేక్ ఐ, దెన్ యూ వోంట్ హ్యావ్ దిస్ కన్ఫ్యూజన్. At the interface, if you are making I, then this point will remember. You can remember that point. Okay, we cannot create a object for in interface, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, now you
Shift,
can
sir, we create.
you should create the object for, you should create always object for class, not an interface. Okay, shift car, your class name is that, Srikanth? Can you check what is your class name?
Shift to go.
Check na, copy and paste, always copy and paste.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise you are writing shift to space car. Okay, now you know. ఓకే, ఓబీజే నేమ్, అక్కడ ఓబీజే నేమ్ ఉంది, అక్కడ ఓబీజే కార్ ఉంది. కార్ అని పెట్టుకోపా, ఓబీజే కార్ అని పెట్టు, కింద అది వాడావు కదా. ఆ ఓబీజే నేమ్ ఆల్రెడీ యూ యూజ్డ్ సమ్వేర్.
Yes, sir.
Always you are using OBJ name, that's why it is the problem. So give some other name, car, shift car, all in a small case.
OBJ car. Okay.
Anything. Manjusha, are you able to understand what is the problem he made?
Yes, sir.
So he is trying to create the object for interface, which is not possible in Java. Always
sir.
we can create the object for classes, not interfaces, not for abstract classes. Okay, only for class you can create the interface object. Okay, so this is how we need to implement the interfaces. Proceed. Say proceed, no problem. You have error somewhere. Where is the error? Go up,
Exception.
go up, go up.
Is the problem?
ఎక్కడ స్వాప్ నంబర్స్లోనే ఉంది.
Exception in thread.
Huh?
Exception in thread main Java.
Hmm. దీని ఫంక్షన్కి దీని ఎండ్
Completion problem.
ఎండ్ ట్యాగ్కి వెళ్ళు. ఇది ఓపెన్ బ్రాసెస్ ఉంది, దాని ఎండ్ బ్రాసెస్
Yes, sir.
ఇక్కడ ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే.
Yes, sir.
So you got what? Do you have the clarity now? How to implement the interfaces?
Yes, sir.
Navikant?
Yes.
Okay. So you just in interface you have unimplemented methods, and you are going to implement. You are going to provide the implementations in the child classes. Okay. So to who you need to create the object for child class, not for interface. Okay.
Interface.
Okay. Now, what is the abstract class? What is abstract class? Normally, you should have a class. In a class, what is the definition for a class, Navikant? What you will have in a class? What do you have in a class? Navikant, what are the things you will have in a class? You will have a class, all implemented methods, and what you will have?
Necklace functions.
Functions and properties, fields. Okay, these things we will have. Okay,
Yes.
in a class you can have all these things. And interface, you are going to have only unimplemented data members, whether it might be function or variables or something, or properties. All are unimplemented. Okay. So if we mix these two combination, one is abstract in the sense unimplemented method and implemented method. So that combination is nothing but abstract class. Okay. You have few implemented methods and you have few unimplemented methods, which is nothing but an abstract class. Okay. In abstract class you are going to have abstract keyword. See, for example, let's take abstract normal class only. See, normal class, what you will have? Public abstract keyword would be there. In abstract, in interface you have the keyword interface, whereas in abstract class you have the abstract keyword, and you should have, and one more major point here, see, abstract constructor is there in case of abstract classes, right? Okay, whereas in interface you are not going to have any constructor. Okay, that is one more point. Okay. Now you have unimplemented method. See, only function declaration, but you have specific keyword that, just like
Sir, could you
implement.
please? Sir, could you please repeat it?
Yeah. So in abstract class, it's a combination of implemented or unimplemented methods, or combination of implemented unimplemented members. Okay. Class, in class what you will have? All implementations are there in a class. In interface what you will have? Unimplemented members are there in interface, only unimplemented. Whereas in class it's a combination of class and this one. Means abstract and I have implemented. Both things will be there in abstract class. And if a class have, this is abstract function, right? So you are having one keyword, special keyword abstract. Abstract in the sense there is no body above. That's it. Abstract in the sense there is no body. Okay, only function declaration is there. And you can have some you can have normal function, you can have void print is one function. Okay, and I have some any implementation out dot print ln. ప్రవళిక వేళ ఏమైనా కాల్స్ వచ్చినాయా? ప్రవళిక
సార్
ఏమైనా కాల్స్ వచ్చినాయా? ఎన్ని కాల్స్ వచ్చినాయి?
సార్ 3 కాల్స్ వచ్చాయి సార్. బెంగళూరు ఒకటి, చెన్నై. చెన్నైకి అప్లై చేసిన బెంగళూరు వాళ్ళు కాల్ చేశారు. చెన్నై వాళ్ళేమో మేము లిమిటెడ్ గా 10 ఇస్తాము, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఓకే వీఆర్ కాల్ అన్నారు సార్.
ఓకే అను
ఓకే అన్నాను.
టెన్నబున్న ఏదో ఒకటి కానీ
సార్
నువ్వు 3 years పెట్టింది మరి.
ఎస్ సార్.
ఏదైతే ముందు జాబ్ కానీ వచ్చిన తర్వాత సంగతి.
ఓకే అన్నాను. ఒకళ్ళేమో కాల్ చేసి వాళ్ళంతటి వాళ్ళే కట్ చేశారు సార్. నాకు కూడా అర్థం కాలేదు ఎందుకో.
సరేలే ఏదో చేసింటారు.
అంతే సార్, ఈ రోజు కాల్స్ వచ్చింది అంతే.
నువ్వు అప్లై చేయలే అట్లయితే?
లేదు సార్, అప్లై చేశాను సార్ 20 వరకు.
ఏ టైంలో చేసావు? ఉదయం 10 నుంచి 11 లోపల చేస్తే
ఓకే.
ఎప్పుడైనా సరే వీ హ్యావ్ టు అప్లై బిఫోర్ 11.
ఓకే.
11కి అప్లై చేసి వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే ఆఫీస్కి వస్తారు, ఆఫీస్కి వచ్చేసి రెజ్యూమ్స్ తీసుకుంటారు. దే విల్ టేక్ ద కలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద రెజ్యూమ్స్ అండ్ దెన్ దే విల్ స్టార్ట్ మేకింగ్ కాల్స్.
ఓకే.
నువ్వు ఆ 11 లోపు నీ లిస్ట్ దాంట్లో లేదనుకో రేపు కాల్ చేసుకుంటారు. అయినా డే 1లో ఏమి రావులే. ఓకే, ఒక్క వారం అట్లా పోయిన తర్వాత కాల్స్ ఇంకా వెల్లువలా వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. డైలీ ఒక 15-10 అట్లా వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, జాగ్రత్త చేసి బాగా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వు, కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా ఉండాలి.
ఓకే సార్.
1-2 సార్లు వింటున్నావు, ఓకేనా? ఇంకా కన్ఫ్యూజన్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉండకూడదు.
వింటున్నాను సార్.
So this is the abstract class above. Abstract class in the sense this is at least one function, non-implemented method would be there, which is nothing but abstract class. And for abstract class, if you have a class, if this is also for this abstract class also, no object creation.
Yeah.
We cannot create object for this abstract class. What is the number 2? What is the main thing? It can be public or it can be private.
Through public, private, we are using, sir.
Both
Okay, access modifiers.
All access modifiers
available.
Will be access in abstract.
All access modifier, we can use any access modifier.
Yes, sir.
All access modifiers are available. Okay, and what is other thing? You should have implemented
And unimplemented methods.
Unimplemented. Okay, implemented, unimplemented methods are there. And ఇక్కడ కాంట్రాక్ట్ ఏంటి?
Constructor.
Whatever the you have the constructor here. One more point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Constructor. is available. ఏదో ఒకటి స్పెల్లింగ్ నాకు అంత బాగుండవు.
Okay, sir, no problem.
ఓకే, కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ అండ్ constructors are available, access modifiers, different access modifiers we can use where you have unimplemented and implemented methods. Constructor, these are the main things. Object creation is not there. What is here in interface? Interface is a contract, only implement unimplemented methods, only public access modifier. Object is not created. Both రెండిట్లో కామన్ ఏంటి? What is the common? You cannot create object for abstract and this one.
Interface.
Okay, but and one more thing, in abstract class whatever the abstract method is there, your child class must provide the body for that method. Okay, abstract method. Okay, clear?
Sir?
Your child class, just like a interface, abstract methods are there na in interfaces like this, no body methods.
Yes, sir.
So you are following the contract, right? The same way in abstract class, if you have any abstract method, you must provide the implementation for the abstract method. Okay, must provide the you must provide the implementation for abstract methods. Okay, okay, so it is very important, highly important, 200% question is this one. What is the difference between abstract class and interface? Pravalika, can you tell me what is the difference between abstract class and interface?
We can use abstract class keyword in abstract.
Hmm.
In interface, we can use keyword of interface.
Okay,
Abstract class have constructor.
okay,
Interface does not have any constructor.
okay,
Abstract class, all access modifiers will accessible in abstract class.
mm-hmm.
Only public access for modifier will be accessed in interface.
Yes,
In both abstract and interface, we cannot create an object.
very good.
In interface has contract based child to interface.
Contract. Okay, interface is nothing but
Contract.
that is the definition. Okay, it must
Ah.
provide the implementation for all the methods. Okay, 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 good, very good. Navakant, are you clear, Navakant?
Yes, sir.
Clear kada? Anybody having any doubts here in this particular concept, because it is highly important. No interview will go without this question. If you have interview, this question they will definitely ask this question. Inheritance is very important, highly important, whole inheritance concept. What are the different types of inheritance? What is the inheritance? What is the advantage of inheritance? Okay, what is the interfaces? Why we required interfaces? What is the difference between abstract class and interface? And here itself they will ask you, can I create an constructor for interface? Like this they will ask you. You know, but when he asks specifically, then you will get dilemma. Right? Can we create a constructor for interface?
No.
Can we create a constructor for interface?
No, sir. No, we cannot create.
Can we create a constructor for abstract class?
Yes.
Yes,
We
yes,
cannot
sir.
create.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, created.
We can create a abstract class constructor. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I have can I have different access modifiers in my interface?
No.
No.
Yes.
అట్లా
No.
అడగకుండా
sir.
వాడు
Only
డైరెక్ట్గా ఇట్లా
public.
అడుగుతాడు. హీ విల్ ఆస్క్ యూ లైక్ దిస్,
Okay.
కెన్ ఐ హ్యావ్ ప్రైవేట్ యాక్సెస్ మాడిఫైర్స్ ఇన్ మై ఇంటర్ఫేస్?
No, sir.
No. Only
Only
public.
public.
Yeah. However, he will ask, when you are confident, you should give the answer. Okay. So that is the interfaces. Okay, guys, interface and abstract classes. Okay. And what is other things left? So please try to make some interfaces and give some implementations like Srikanth did. Okay.
Sure, sir. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll
Yeah,
send.
until you don't do it, it won't be helpful to you guys. Okay, otherwise always confusion, because these are very important topic, highly important. Okay. What are other things left? This is very important topic. They will ask you what is the reason multiple inheritance is not possible in classes, Java classes. Because the confusion, which method, should I
We
take
have
this
taken.
method or this method? There is a confusion. That's why it won't allow. Okay, guys. What are other topics we have? Interfaces we are done, abstraction is done, encapsulation. Encapsulation. What is encapsulation?
Wrapping up of a data under a single unit.
Sandeep, tell me.
Wrapping up of a data under a single unit.
Which is example? Class, right? Single unit. What he did? Wrapping the data, in the sense wrapping variables, fields, properties and functions inside one unit. What is the unit? Class is one unit. Under single entity is nothing but encapsulation. Example, any class is example for encapsulation. Okay, any class is example for encapsulation. Okay, abstraction. What is abstraction? You are making an abstract class. See here, this is abstract class. Interface also you can say abstract. Abstract in the sense there is no method body, right? So you are making outside world, right? When you are calling these things, they won't know they won't know the details about the internal details. What is the functionality they implemented, how they implemented all those logics, they don't know. They just know I have wheels, I have brakes, I have steering, but how what kind of a functionality implemented internally, those details they don't know. Outside entity, outside world, they don't know all these details. Simply what they know about the abstraction. Okay, a car has wheels, a car has brakes, a car has steering, a car we can drive. Okay, like that. Abstraction. But internal details, outside world they don't know internal details. Antena? For example, string class is there. We don't know how string class is implemented, right? Like that. Abstraction means we are creating the object for interface. We are creating the object, and it is the object is referred to interface. Through the reference we are calling the functions. See, I will show you what is abstraction. Where is that sample, sir?
Abstract or abstraction.
Hiding the details from outside world, abba. That is the abstraction. That is the advantage. Ipudu, now I have a Belluno class. See, in Belluno I have these functions. right? My Balloon has wheels, my Balloon has brakes, my Balloon has steering, my Balloon has a speed function, right? Now where is that? This, yeah. Okay. See, I created the object for Balloon. Okay. Whenever you said new, there is memory would be allocated. Okay, guys. Memory, when it will be allocated for a class, this memory would be allocated when you created a new object, new of car, right? New, when you created the object and enti, what is the object here? New Balloon, and this is a variable, and this is referring to iCar, right? Now if I say, okay, then only whenever I said this statement, at the time only for the Balloon class memory would be created. Until that point no memory is created. Okay. So that is one point you should remember. This is the object up to this point, equals to left side or right side? Okay, right side, equals to right side is the object. This is the reference. Left side is reference, right side is object. Okay. Now see, the Balloon car is implemented using car class, right? See here, iCar. That's why I created the object like this, iCar Balloon, because it is, this is the parent, right? iCar interface is my parent or not? My parent. So I can create, I can have the variable reference, and but object is Balloon. Okay. BALENO dot, what is the function? Brakes. Balloon, my Balloon dot speed. Okay, this function. Now if I say, see, if I am a client, okay, I want a car, but here if you go here, see it is giving, so you don't know what is the internal details, because it is clearly abstraction. ఎందుకంటే security purpose కోసం అనమాట. The main reason is security. How you implemented all those logics, there is no need to tell, right? Boss, I have the functions, I have a car, my car has wheels, all the brakes, right? Mechanic, how they developed, all those details do you require, right? How he prepared tires, what are the things he used to make the tires, all those details you don't require. You just required only abstraction, means what are the details. You have wheels, you have brakes, speed and steering. So if we are saying declaration and it is not going to implementation, it is going to interface. Okay, see, this is nothing but abstraction. Okay, encapsulation example is class, abstraction example is interface. We are through abstraction we can hide the internal detail, inner details, how you implemented, what is your implementation logic inside a, for example, ATM point center, how they implemented. Are you going to worry about that functionality? Deposit in the sense you are just to put the amount and pressing the button, that's it. That is the abstraction. See, internal details, you are not worrying about the internal details, you are hiding the internal details through abstraction. Okay, that is called abstraction. Clear? Encapsulation example is class, abstraction example is interface or abstract class. The reason abstraction, in the sense it is hiding the internal details. Yes or no? Are you seeing my implementation here? when you created the object Belluno, you created the object for Belluno class,
Implementation.
and see, you don't know, you are not seeing any implementation. Whereas ఇక్కడ icar కాకుండా here instead of icar use Belluno. See the difference. Now where it will go? Implementation. సో ఇంటర్ఫేస్ యొక్క అడ్వాంటేజ్ అర్థమైందా? డూ యూ గాట్ క్లియర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్? సో టు హైడ్ ద ఇంటర్నల్ డీటెయిల్స్, what is the best way? Otherwise everybody have the access to your code and they can steal your code and they can implement their own implementations, right?
Only showing abstract.
So if this code went to outside, right, they can easily see what code they have, how you are doing a deposits function, and where the money is going, what is the account number, all those details they can see, right? Through the abstraction, internal details would be internal details are not going to show. So what is the best way? When you are having interfaces, reference should be interface name, object is the child class. Now if you say, now you are, it is not going to implementation, it is going to interface, abstraction. Okay, that is called abstraction above. Okay, hiding the internal details from outside world, that is abstraction. So these are the two pillars. What is very important, highly important question? What are the four pillars of a object oriented programming? Because if you know these four things, that is the OOPS concept. Okay, these four things only, left and right with different kinds of combinations they will use. So that's why we said important pillars of OOPS, four things. What is that? Encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance and polymorphism. We already discussed about the inheritance, we already discussed about the polymorphism. What is the polymorphism? We have two
Many
types
forms.
of polymorphism. Poly in the sense many forms. An entity would be available in many forms. Okay, entity in the sense here a function. A function will be available in many forms with the same name, with different parameters, or with same name and parameters are different. Parameters are same. So method overloading is one example, method overriding is another example. Method overload comes under in single class. Method override comes under inheritance. Okay, so that is. What is the fourth one? Inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. Example for encapsulation,
Class.
example for abstraction,
Interface.
very good. Interface, abstract class. Okay, example for polymorphism,
Method overloading,
method overloading in a single class, method overriding in case of inheritance. Okay, you should have very clean clarity. Four pillars, these are the four pillars here. Okay, clear? Any doubts? Manjusha, what are the four pillars of OOPS?
Inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstraction.
What is the example for abstraction? Navikant?
Interface.
Why we are saying what is the advantage when you are using interface? Why we are saying it is abstraction?
To hide the internal data.
Yes, very good. That clarity you should have. Okay, abstraction in the sense we are saying example is interface, means what is the use of the interface? We are showing we are hiding the internal details. How you, what code you have written, that it clearly hidden, right? So that's one. Okay, so we are done with the interfaces. Okay, so do you want to close or do you want to continue?
Close.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow, very important topic we will discuss. What is that? Collection framework. Okay, highly important. Okay, collection framework. Okay, what is the one example do you know in collections?
Arrays.
Arrays is example for collection. Okay, the same way in arrays we have, okay, everything we can do using arrays here, but we cannot implement a different kind of data structure, like data structures in the sense if you want to array in the sense it is a collection of data, right?
Yes, sir.
So collection of data in the sense strings, all student names, all employee names, all employee IDs. If you want to store, you are going to store in array, right? But if I ask you, for example, I have given some 10 numbers. Numbers are 100, 20, 50, 80, 5. Okay, like this. If I ask you to sort these numbers, sort in the sense one particular order, right? So
Yes, sir.
if I ask you to write some function on arrays, you have to write lot of code. Okay, direct function is not there, inbuilt functions are not there, right? If you want to perform the bubble sort, or if you want to add one number in whatever the index I want, for example, you have already 5 records, right? I want to add one record at the 3rd place, or I want to add one record at the nth place. So such possibilities are not there. Okay, you can do, but it requires data structures knowledge and very big coding is required, right? So we have one collection framework. Okay, collection framework is nothing but an library or an entity like this. Library in the sense you are making one project, you have see a number of classes and interfaces you created, right? So this is nothing but one library. Your project is nothing but one library. You created different kinds of functions on the collections on data. What kind of things you required? You want sorting function, you want the capability to add at any place an item, right? You want to reverse some data. So these kind of functions you want, right? So all these kind of functions already provided. There is no need to worry. Just call the function. That's it, right? You know how to call the functions or not? Create the object and object dot function name, right? The same way they have created for you to make the things for easy to you. Collection framework they have created. Okay, it is a library, nothing but it is a library like this. It is our library. Java first project is our library, whereas we have a number of classes. The same way collection framework is nothing but one library which has lot of functions, how to work with different kinds of collections. Okay, so we will discuss on that tomorrow. Okay, if you have time you can go through that, what is collection framework, and tomorrow I will clearly explain you. Don't miss tomorrow's class. Okay, it is very confusing topic, but I will make sure you you can easily understand the topic. Okay, please try to attend the tomorrow session without failing. Okay guys, chalo then, bye, good night. Bye guys.
Good night.